The first time I heard about the project, it was sent to me, and I read it, and I fell in love with it. I've been a fan of Diablo Cody's for a long time. I love New Orleans. I came here for the first time about 3 years ago to film a movie, and I fell in love with the city. I think it's interesting. I think from what I have traveled of a lot of the continental U.S., a lot of it is pretty homogenous and can become, you know, this endless carnival of Rite Aids and strip malls. And New Orleans is one of those real gems of a city within the United States that has a very obvious cultural fingerprint. It's got this robust music scene, robust art scene, incredible food culture. It's a fully integrated city. It stays with you. I found out that my friend was attached to direct, Zelda, and Zelda and I have been really close for about 7 years. But funny enough, we never really talked about work because we were just kind of hanging out and having fun. I'm a very firm believer that one should work with their friends closely. I think Zelda and I have had an established rapport and communication for the last 7 years. And I feel very privileged to be able to work alongside Zelda to bring her vision to life and to bring Diablo's vision to life. And it's also just fun, you know? She knows exactly what she wants, which can be a little intimidating at first, because I think almost every actor I've met, and I know I am my own worst critic as well, if we get a scene or we get a shot by 2 to 3, 3 to 4 takes, I'll go, are you sure? And that's where the communication really comes into play. She goes, yes, absolutely, we got it. I'm confident we got this. And because we've had that established rapport, I know that she's telling me the truth. You know, Zelda and I have very similar taste in film and television. And this project is the kind of movie I know that the both of us, when we were children, would turn on first and foremost. You can tell because we're both very inspired by what we're making. We're excited to see the work. We're excited to see the dailies. We're excited to look at how the shots are constructed. You know, it's, I think it's the difference between someone who's incredibly passionate about the content that they're making and someone that's, you know, taking a job. I mean, I really appreciate Diablo's voice. I think her voice is really, really evident within her writing, especially in her humor. It's very forward, it's deeply comedic, but it's really her voice that I love about the work that she does. It's so obviously her writing. It's almost bubblegum. It's like, it's loud, it's like pop art, it's like right there. I know it's hard for me to put into words exactly the way it makes me feel, but it's that feeling, that very obvious tone. I think his inability to speak was what really excited me just technically about playing Creature. And I knew it would be a heavy physical role, so I worked with a mime in Los Angeles for about 3-4 months. I would travel back and forth between Vancouver and LA, and I'd have little periods there. And then when we got on our hiatus in between the show that I'm filming, I worked every day with him for about a month and a half straight. Some things that Zelda and Diablo and I had talked about were that he was a pianist, so he was a professional pianist. He had some experience fencing. He was a lover. He was a big romantic. He died young, clearly, because when he comes back to life, he's young. He has some wounds that we had sort of addressed, were that at some point in his life, he took his own life.